make this product as popular as it is, to think that a product is a customer pick that's a 60-calorie meal replacement, when things deal with flavor, people struggle to agree.
It's true.
But this product is still a customer pick, and the reason why it's all of the flavor that we add, the flavor that we make in terms of an investment. So I was just gonna put some, I'll put a few scoops here.
Oh, so what, you know, I can tell what it is.
You could smell the chocolate.
I was just gonna say, you can smell that chocolate,
And just to show everyone, and I doubled it up, just to show everyone how soluble it is.
I know.
And we could, first we'll do one with water.
Okay.
And again, it's not sufficient even with the investment in flavor, the investment in the vitamins and minerals. The real key is making sure the product is going to be a pleasure to use.
Of course.
And here we'll add, in this one, we'll add milk.
You know, I was craving cocoa the other night. I actually warmed it up and made it like as a little hot chocolate. It was so
and a lot of folks do that. And again, a little over 60 calories. This is the best tasting, lowest calorie, most affordable meal replacement you're gonna find. And what meal replacement can you do that with?
That's crazy.
I put a couple of scoops in there.
I mean, without a blender, I mean, come on.
No blender.
Wow. That's
and it just mixes up like chocolate milk.
It does, exactly. And I have to say, like, it's a poor analogy, but if you think of your favorite shake from your fast food place, I know Andrew probably, you know, grimaces when I do that, but it
No, that's how we designed this. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due.
Right.
If you go to the fast food restaurants, if you go to your favorite coffee place, those smoothies, and they're several dollars each, and they contain none of the nutrition of this product. We have our 7 grams of soy protein. Soy protein specifically selected to help support weight loss. We also have a full complement of vitamins and minerals. It's like a mini multivitamin, multi-mineral. And this is the one that I mix with milk.
Oh, yeah. I know, right? It's so decadent.
It's like chocolate milk. It's so
like chocolate
rich.
Milk.
Even with water, it's rich and delicious.
It is. But you know, the other thing, like the coffee, for example, I would encourage you to get more than one flavor, because that's what a lot of us do. Vanilla, if you want to mix it with, you know, fruit juice or a million other things, put it in your smoothie. I love the coffee because those coffee drinks, holy smoke. Have you ever read I mean, yes, they're expensive, but have you ever read the calorie and the sugar count on those? It's astronomical. I mean, you could blow a whole meal's worth of calories just on a coffee drink.
They could be hundreds and hundreds of calories or more, approaching 1,000 calories. So, but again, and this is full of nutrition as well. And to think, if you look at the price, my original meal replacements that I introduced a few decades ago were more expensive than this meal replacement is today. So it's a little over 60 calories. It varies in caloric content because we invest so much in flavor that the flavor varies the caloric content.
Right.
So the vanilla is the lowest in calories, followed by chocolate and coffee. So again, and about 5 or 6 calories between them. But it's a full complement of vitamins and minerals. In fact,
so good.
This is a special version that we created.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. I don't think I've gotten to air this one with you before.
That delivers 250 milligrams of our acetyl L-carnitine. I'll probably talk about acetyl L-carnitine this evening.
Right.
Acetyl L-carnitine. Carnitine is the molecule that's necessary for transporting fat to the site where it's burned. Acetyl L-carnitine is also great in terms of supporting brain health as well for acetylcholine synthesis. So what you get here is, first of all, you get 100% of vitamin C, 100% of vitamin D, 50% of vitamin E, B1, B2, niacin, B3, B5, pantothenic acid. You need that to burn fat. Vitamin B6, 200% of the RDA of our special protected methyl B12, 150 micrograms of biotin, more than a typical multivitamin, plus folate, calcium, magnesium, selenium, chromium. So you get a full complement of vitamins and minerals. And you get the acetyl L-carnitine at 250 milligrams. But the most, probably amazing part of this product is it's not $2, $3, $4, $5 for this meal replacement. You could expect to spend that for how much does a chocolate shake or a vanilla shake or a coffee shake cost at a fast food restaurant or a coffee place? I mean, I'm not, just look at the brand name. If you go to if you go to Starbucks, if you go to McDonald's, if you go to Burger King, wherever, and get a shake, how much are they? They're a few bucks at least, right?
Several dollars.
A few dollars.
You bet.
On the large size there, what is the price? I think it's about 75 cents or so.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's not even $1. Even on the 30 meal supply, it's not even $1. And there's no shipping and handling.
I mean, look at that. That's
so
crazy.
Even on the 10 size, try me.
Right.
It's less than $1.50.
Oh, that's awesome.
For a meal. and I encourage you to read the reviews. Meal replacements are inherently problematic because they contain all sorts of ingredients that shouldn't taste good. We've overcome that by being so good with the vitamins and minerals in terms of their solubility that they're not going to be bitter in your mouth. And then by making such a significant investment in flavor so that you get the protein you want. It's low in sugar, low in carb, low in fat. It's cholesterol free, it's gluten free, it doesn't have any of the ingredients that you don't want, and it just delivers what you want, and it's great tasting. And because it's so low in calories, at about 60 calories, you could add non-fat milk, you could add yogurt, you could add fruit, you could add a tablespoon, we often do at home. You could add a tablespoon of almond butter or a tablespoon of cashew butter, things like that, peanut butter. And your meal replacement still won't even approach 200 calories and barely get to 100 calories when you add things to it.
Absolutely. And when you think of it, even if you're eating something healthy, like I had a banana, you know, this morning, that's about all I had time to eat, that was about 100 calories. And certainly banana's good for you, but I gotta be honest, it didn't satiate me the way this does. So we'd love to recommend it to you. You just pick your size of choice and then you pick your flavor. We'll pay to send it to you. Remember, extended holiday return policy. Have these at the ready. They're kind of like your little emergency arsenal. You'll probably want one at work when you're craving that snack at the vending machine and no, you shouldn't. And it's better than a candy bar. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is. So we're gonna get ready to scoot along. As I mentioned, we're gonna really sneak in as much as we possibly can. This is kind of like a little mini variety segment. We will have that abbreviated airing, one of your last opportunities to get our very best value of the day at the end of this hour. So remember, just pick your size of choice on your Secure, pick your flavor of choice, and with this special value, you might want to get more than one flavor because that's what a lot of us do.
And especially, it's the holidays.
It is the holidays.
And it comes with a money-back guarantee until January 31st. But this is the time of year when if you have something this low in calories, it's a meal replacement, it's a snack replacement. It's still lower in calories than a snack. It's a dessert replacement. So you can still have your meal, have a healthy meal. Right. If you crave a dessert, this is 60 calories. And this is delicious. I encourage you to read the reviews, but this is the time of year when most of us end up showing up in January desperately to make up for what we did wrong the last few months of the year. So this is a tool that can make a difference for you the last few months of the year.
And it tastes like you're cheating. I mean, it really does.
And it's incredibly affordable. To think that we still make this meal replacement and it's available to you today for less than, a lot less than $1 a meal is pretty remarkable.
All right, I spy, is that cinnamon over there?
That is cinnamon, yes.
All right.
I figured we'd talk about this because a lot of us who are watching our weight need to do so, not just because we want to lose weight to look our best or things like that, but a lot of us need to lose weight because of our body weight's implications for our blood pressure, or for, in this case, for blood sugar and insulin metabolism. Because the more body fat we have on our body, the more that affects our body's ability to manage carbohydrate, to manage blood sugar, and it affects the way insulin behaves and the way we respond to insulin in our body. So to the extent we can change our diet, that's one of the things that Muriel's cookbook does. It really focuses on avoiding sugar in recipes and not doing things that contain sugar, or a lot of those, as I call them, the white carbs, pasta, white rice, potatoes, things like that. So we want to do our very best to not challenge our body with a lot of carbohydrate and sugar. And cinnamon is just an ingredient. I've been asked for decades to make a product that could support healthy blood sugar metabolism, to support healthy insulin metabolism. And until cinnamon came along, it was really a discussion of making sure you get all your essential nutrients. But with cinnamon extract in particular, when it's properly extracted, you have an opportunity to support what for many of us has become a very challenging metabolism. It's a bit of an epidemic in our country in terms of because of our gradually increasing waistlines, where our body composition is changing, our activity levels are changing, and with it, our ability to manage blood sugar and carbohydrate.
Oh, absolutely. By the way, you have to read the reviews on this. I mean, people like me who are crazy about it, rave about it. 600 660 reviews, 4.7 star customer pick rating. Of those 660, do you know over 550 are perfect? So if you struggle with that management of your blood sugar, and you know, I think most of us do, and we all know who we are, we waited for this. And nobody does it better than Andrew. You can sprinkle it in your coffee, you can sprinkle it on his amazing oatmeal or oat bran. You're welcome to do that, but just choose your size of choice. The 30, the 60, the 120, and the 240, great savings, flex pay, extended holiday return policy until the end of January, free shipping as well. I will tell you, this is one of our more limited products that we have this afternoon. And of course, Andrew is closing his anniversary. So if you've been waiting for this, I certainly would recommend it to you, especially as we head into the holiday seasons, because perhaps, you know, we are certainly not throwing caution to the wind, and that is not what this product is all about. But I think we're all looking for those natural tools to help us manage our life better, especially for those of us out there who do struggle with our management of our blood sugar.
Yeah, and cinnamon extract, it's one of those natural tools. And what I've been talking about a number of times, it's funny, when I first introduced this product, most people hadn't heard of it.
True.
And still a lot of us will get a blood test at our doctor's office, and we get our fasting blood sugar level, which is a snapshot of our blood sugar level the moment that blood was drawn at the doctor's office. And certainly that's insightful, but what's even more insightful is something called our A1C, which our A1C is a blood test that, the way I try to describe it so most people understand, it's the difference between a photograph and sort of a videotape. So that videotape, it gives you a videotape of the average blood sugar level or the effective blood sugar level over a period of time, a couple of months before. So that's very insightful. So when you and your doctor are looking at how your body is managing its blood sugar level, more and more folks are looking at A1C. And A1C is something we like to see in the 5s, in the mid to lower 5s if possible. As we start creeping up into the higher 5s, our A1C level is indicative of changes that are not desirable. So just it's something that we should always pay attention to. We shouldn't just delegate it to our doctor.
True.
When we are partners with our doctor and informed, I think it empowers us to make good decisions and make responsible decisions in terms of, as I said earlier, our diet and certainly supplementation. I was just going to read a couple of reviews before we run along here. Working great. I've been taking 1 capsule per day. I have no problems with digestion. Again, cinnamon can be difficult for most people. Ours will not upset your stomach at all. I'm an overall healthy person. My last blood sugar test was much better than the previous one. I had not lost weight, so the only thing I could attribute this to would be the cinnamon capsules. My doctor said to keep on taking them. I'm very pleased with the product. And again, the reviews, another product like cranberry, like Ultimate Friendly Flora, where the reviews are virtually perfect.
Huge.
Tastes great in coffee. That's exactly what Muriel does. She makes her little, little cappuccinos at home, and she sprinkles the cinnamon on top. I sprinkle it in my oat bran. So I just open a capsule and sprinkle it on, it's fine. You can sprinkle it in tea, coffee, like the cranberry, like the Ultimate Friendly Flora. You can do that, you can mix it with whatever you like and consume it. I take the capsule apart and use this in my coffee or tea instead of sugar. And it tastes great. I like that it has a blood sugar stabilizing effect and is all natural. It's wonderful that Andrew uses the best, highest quality ingredients in his products. Also, I really like the fact that Andrew follows the latest research and changes his formula as the latest reliable, unbiased scientific research dictates. Keep up the good work. The only place we're probably not very environmental is sometimes with our labels, because when I change formulas frequently, it means we discard labels.
Oh, true.
But we make sure we recycle them.
Right.
So, but again, that's something that, as you've seen with my products, the Secure, our meal replacement, that's been around for 30 years. There's probably been close to 30 changes in the formula. And it's something that we do frequently. And sometimes we don't even talk about the changes. It's just little subtle changes in certain ingredients that make the product better. But our goal is just to continue. We make everything. No one makes them for us. Most times when you see someone on television, someone else made the product for them. When you see a picture of our factory, it's our factory. We built that factory. We actually did. Right. We built the factory. We installed the solar panels. So we make everything ourselves, and even more than that, we have zero carbon footprint.
Yeah.
You hear about climate change, you hear about being environmentally responsible. I don't think there's another company more environmentally responsible than we are. And I've run my company this way for several decades. Before it was fashionable and trendy to talk about, we've been doing that. So not only do we make pure products that are a pleasure to consume, that don't upset your stomach, won't be irritating, won't repeat, but we make products in a way that are also a pleasure to the planet, that aren't an assault on our planet as well.
Absolutely. So I know we've got a lot to get to yet in this hour of time together, because we are going to be doing an abbreviated airing of our today's special.
And quickly, just wanted to mention berberine. Cinnamon was the first product the first ingredient that really had credible scientific research in terms of supporting healthy blood sugar metabolism. Berberine came out a few years ago. Unlike cinnamon, where you take 1 or 2 capsules a day at most, berberine, you're going to have to take 1 or 2 capsules per meal. But the science and the research on berberine is exceptional, is fascinating. I encourage you to read about it, whether it's in terms of blood sugar metabolism, insulin metabolism, or also the way our body metabolizes lipids like cholesterol. So berberine is a very powerful ingredient, 1 or 2 capsules though with each meal.
Absolutely. So
and it's related to turmeric actually in terms of
really?
its origins and structure, and the color of berberine is also a pretty yellow color in the capsule.
Okay, I know. I know they got a scoot, so I know Rick is going to be mad at me, but I'll just
But that's the natural yellow color.
Okay.
So.
All right.
And as you can see, it's a very full bottle.
Yes, it is.
That's why the supplies are much larger with berberine, because you take 1 or 2 capsules with each meal.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Well, we were just talking about this being the last couple of shows of your anniversary. I bet you were one of the first people. Was glucosamine one of your first products that you did?
It was. Our first glucosamine product came out in 1979.
Oh, no kidding.
So I've been using glucosamine for a little over 40 years, but our first glucosamine product came out in 1979. I started using it myself as an athlete. Even when I was young, I realized that training for sports was abusive to my body. Fortunately, we tend to compete in sports when we're young, so our bodies can contend with that abuse. Now that I'm older, and I talked about this previously, my entire sports and exercise regime are designed around sort of one basic principle: to do as much as I can without doing any harm to myself. Whereas when you're young, you could just abuse yourself and you bounced back immediately. So glucosamine and chondroitin are basically about giving your body the building blocks necessary to maintain the structural components of our joints, whether we're talking about our cartilage, our ligaments, our tendons, our synovial fluid. Glucosamine and chondroitin, these molecules are an integral part. They're not drugs or medicines. They're not an anti-inflammatory drug for your joints. Much as other folks who will offer this product, and we'll talk about turmeric in a second. I was just watching a video online where someone was talking about turmeric and talking about it like it was an anti-inflammatory drug, talking about cancer and things like that. I mean, it's just crazy, the mischaracterization. Supplements offer remarkable benefits, and they don't need to be exaggerated or mischaracterized for them to be interesting. And when it comes to glucosamine and chondroitin, I actually think, and it applies to everyone, whether your joints are in great shape or terrible shape. And for a lot of us, as we get older, the things we did in our youth challenges our joints, or we might just have genetic issues that we inherited or whatever it might be. But our joints are structurally similar, or actually structurally identical in terms of their biochemical requirements or their structural requirements. And I think it's better to speak about a product in terms of its structural role. When you talk about calcium, there's no need to mischaracterize calcium as a drug for your bones. Calcium's calcium. It's a building block. It's like the bricks and mortar. And the same for glucosamine and chondroitin. There's no need to mischaracterize it as a drug for your joints when the molecular role, the structural role they play, I think in my mind, is more than sufficient.
Andrew, just a real quick question though. Do you have the ability to put more quantity in? Because at this point, we've got a couple hundred in each size.
Well,
so
what I'll do is after the show, there's a couple of products, including, I just found out, our Ultimate Friendly Flora and our Cranberry. The large size is running very, very low.
Okay.
And I'll confirm everything. If there's an issue, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
But I think we're fine through this evening.
Gotcha.
And we'll make sure, again, we make everything. So 99% of the time, we're always able to make more. Sometimes with the Today Special, when it's a special formula like we've done today, it becomes more difficult.
Absolutely. So again, to that end, you just pick your size of choice: 60, 120, 240, and 480. Big, whoa, holy smokes. smoke. I'm sorry, I just saw the savings on that 400. Wow, okay. Because I'm getting mine. That's like another today's special. So obviously you're getting big savings on any one of the sizes that you choose today, but you're gonna take it every day, especially if you do have joint issues and joint concerns as I do. I know I'm only able to move through life as well as I have been doing because I take this. And I think we all know who we are. If your joints talk to you, whether it's because of genetics or, you know, just movement in your job or whatever it might be, and movement is life, let's be honest. But if you're gonna do it, wowie zowie. That 240 count size, normally it would be $119. That's where our prices will go. It's at $59.90. It's half off. This is more than half off on that 480 count size. That's like, it's
great
wow.
savings. And what I want to talk, a lot of folks who get glucosamine and chondroitin products, they have two experiences. One, they don't work. Which again, if you read the reviews on this product, you'll read reviews that are probably 95% positive. The product delivers. And the reason the typical glucosamine and chondroitin product doesn't work is because they use another form of glucosamine, not glucosamine sulfate, which is what the science talks about. They'll use glucosamine hydrochloride. They use that because it ends up being much, much, much less expensive. I think if we use glucosamine hydrochloride, we could probably drop the cost of this product by a good 40% if we used the wrong ingredient. And in so doing, we'd create a product that doesn't work. So what good is saving 40% if it doesn't work? The other thing is glucosamine hydrochloride, and a typical product is in a tablet. So again, 99% of glucosamine chondroitin products are in tablets. You take glucosamine hydrochloride, you put it in a tablet, you basically have something that's going to irritate the lining of your stomach. Hydrochloride, that's hydrochloric acid. That's HCl. So glucosamine HCl in a rock-hard tablet in a small mass that sits in one location. When you take my product, it's glucosamine sulfate. But when you take that glucosamine sulfate, it is, and as you'll see,
look at that powder.
It disperses immediately.
Yeah, wow.
So it's kind of the same idea of if you put a sugar cube in a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, that sugar cube will sit in one spot for a while until it dissolves. A tablet is even worse. When you have an ultrafine powder that you dump in you empty into your coffee or tea, it dissolves on the surface.
Yeah.
That's why we use ultrafine powders. So it delivers the nutrients in a fashion that works for you, dissolves instantly, can be absorbed, because if it doesn't dissolve, it can't be absorbed. So it dissolves instantly, and it does so without stomach upset.
Absolutely. I'll just do this real quickly because we got to scoot along. But even if you were buying just the glucosamine and the chondroitin separately, I mean, you can see, I mean, the savings really speak for themselves.
And then ours is different. It's just, I know, because we often are looking for different sources of glucosamine chondroitin.
Right.
We use unusual forms. We don't use the sodium salt. So if you're watching your blood pressure, typical chondroitin contains sodium. And most folks watching their blood pressure watch their sodium intake. So we make sure that you're getting the best forms of each of the ingredients and something that's going to be easy to swallow and gentle to even the most sensitive stomach.
Absolutely. I know we won't have time to do a full airing, but you know, I've got to get my turmeric.
But turmeric, I'll try to talk about turmeric later.
Okay.
And again, I was just watching a video online where they were absolutely making the most blatantly illegal disease claims known to mankind for turmeric and for everything under the sun, and basically characterizing it like it was a drug or a medicine. Again, turmeric is just an incredible botanical if it's properly delivered. And again, they were complexing it with another spice that could be irritating to your stomach, that can affect the intake, that can affect the absorption of drugs, because they use a standardized extract of pepper, of black pepper, to improve absorption. So that's not the way we complex our turmeric, is with fat. And by complexing it with fat, it overcomes its inherent poor absorption, poor bioavailability. So, and that's the proper way to do it. That's the efficient way to do it. That's the natural way to do it.
Absolutely. So Gren, anniversary pricing as well. Ready?
We'll run along. These hours pass
they do,
way too quickly. I mean, we probably do a good 15 products in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we do more products than most, but hopefully, and that's why also what I try to do and like to do is I record a lot of videos online.
Yeah.
So you could have longer videos on various products, on various topics, because as I always say, the most important thing I can provide, yes, we make great vitamins, but the most important thing I provide is information, and I try to do it objectively, whether it's about what you might eat or how you might choose to supplement. And there's so many products over the years that we just have chosen not to make because they're not supported by science. So many different weight loss products that we wait to make sure that the science and the clinical studies validate an ingredient before we contemplate making it.
Absolutely. So we're moving around. It's the time of year where we get to talk about Choco Nouveau. I've been waiting. I know you have too. The most yummy, decadent, delicious chocolate that will lower your cholesterol. I mean, how exciting is that? So you just pick your size of choice. Remember, anniversary pricing. We're closing the anniversary. We're closing the visit. You choose the 10, the 30, the 60, the 120, and the 180. Remember, we only present this during certain months of the year that make shipping possible. And then once you've chosen your size, you choose the 66, the 74, the 91. 66, I guess, would be kind of that really
chocolate.
Milk chocolate, exactly. 74 to me is kind of like the just right in a way. And then, boy, that extreme, wow. But it's still creamy.
And again, well, all of them are creamy. Dark chocolate, because dark chocolate is not candy. Dark chocolate is an extract of the cocoa bean. Candy is when you start adding milk or cream and lots of sugar and things like that. That becomes candy, or wheat and stuff like that, cookies, crackers. This is really just an extract of the cocoa bean. The 91 is 91% cocoa bean. It has less than half a gram of sugar. The 74 is 74% cocoa bean. It has a little bit more than a gram of sugar. And those two, and if you read the reviews, and I said this last night, that I expected our Choco Nouveau, because Americans prefer milk chocolate over dark chocolate, I figured if we could make a dark chocolate product, so it was an extract of the cocoa bean, which that's healthier. Milk chocolate contains other things that make it less healthy. But I figured if we could get about a 3-star average review, it would be a great accomplishment, because most people don't like dark chocolate. But because of what we do, because of the chocolate I chose, which is less bitter, it's rich but less bitter. Because we add this ingredient that lowers cholesterol, and the ingredient we add that lowers cholesterol, it's something called the plant sterol ester. Plant sterols are what people think about mostly. Plant sterols are, our Cholesterol product is plant sterols, it's a powder. Plant sterols cost about half as much, actually they cost less than half as much as plant sterol esters, effectively. So plant sterol esters are something that people forgot about because they're expensive, because they're kind of this waxy, creamy oil. So it's hard to make a tablet out of them. It's hard to make a capsule out of them. So they were just kind of ignored, and plant sterols are what people focused on. Both lower cholesterol the same. They lower total and LDL cholesterol, can help to reduce your risk of heart disease. But, and again, it's because I've been doing this for so long that I remembered plant sterol esters. And one day I said to myself, gosh, I wonder if I melt chocolate and I add plant sterol esters, like when you melt chocolate, you add milk to it, and you make milk chocolate that's creamy because of the milk fat. We don't add milk fat, but would this behave like milk fat, make our dark chocolate creamy and lower your cholesterol? And lo and behold, it didn't just do it pretty well, it did it perfectly. And if you read the reviews on this product, to make a long story short, that the reviews on this product, I think it's 4.3 stars for dark chocolate.
I know.
And you could find all the reviews, dozens and dozens of reviews that talk about reduced cholesterol, total and LDL cholesterol. So, and the ingredient that lowers cholesterol, the plant sterol esters, it's approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to deliver that benefit. And it works perfectly with cholesterol-lowering drugs. No matter what cholesterol-lowering drug you take, this would be fine. Show this to your doctor. This is perfect for children. So this is, you could use this for Halloween. It's not a drug. It's not a medicine. It just delivers benefits that makes it sound like it is, but it just does it naturally.
I know, my mouth is watering now. I mean, so when the kids are having those little candy bars, I mean, this is for the adults.
And 26 calories, just quickly, before we run along, what I always like to show, to give you a sense of the amount of sugar. We consider something like blueberries to be low in sugar, a fruit that's low in sugar, kiwi, a fruit that's low in sugar. If you look at this chart here, that's 26 calories. 26 calories of the 3 different Choco Nouvos.
Right.
The 91 you can see is a half a gram. The 74 is a little under 1.5 grams. Wow. And the 66 even is still under 2 grams. But even if you look at blueberries and kiwi, they contain more than double the sugar per 26 calories of Choco Nuvo. The really amazing part is, compared to vegetables, and even cauliflower, snap peas, onions, cucumber, per 26 calories contain more sugars than our Choco Nuvo.
Crazy.
So it gives you a sense of what a healthy decision it is.
It does. All right, so my mouth is watering. Great savings as well. You just pick your size of choice. Oh, do we want to do a little mention of Fiber Mucil as well?
It's okay, but Fiber Mucil is our fiber product, just very quickly. We'll talk about that later. But Fiber Mucil is just something that enables the cholesterol-lowering benefits of Choco Nuvo to work even better. So whether it's Cholesterol or whether Choco Nuvo, when you take Fiber Mucil 1 or 2 capsules at the same time, it lowers your cholesterol even more.
Boy, you want to talk about a life-changing product just like cranberry?
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah, right.
We don't travel without it.
I was just going to say.
Fiber Mucil it's natural, gentle fiber, will not cause bloating. Again, a fiber product that I think is rated about 4.6 or 4.7 stars.
Yeah, huge. In fact, 4.6 star customer pick rating on that.
Right.
The phrase,
with over 1,000 reviews.
Don't leave home without it.
Yes.
That's kind of how I feel about Fiber Mucil. All right, well, if you are just channel surfing, we're in kind of the home stretch for Andrew's 22nd anniversary here at HSN, and not one but two amazing today's specials. So we're gonna do like abbreviated airings of both, right?
Right. Just quick airings of both, the Ultimate Friendly Flora and the cranberry. And what we've done as well is the large size. If you choose the large size, and all the pricing, best pricing ever on both products, the large size of cranberry, the large size of Ultimate Friendly Flora, they're both individually their best pricing ever. If you choose to get the two of them, which is what most people are doing, you save an additional $20. And mind you, for Ultimate Friendly Flora, at 1 capsule daily, that's an 8-month supply. If you take a capsule every other day, which some people do with 30 billion colony-forming units, that's going to last you about 16 months, obviously. With the cranberry, at 1 capsule daily, that's going to last you 20 months. If you take 2 capsules daily, it's going to last you almost a year.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with Ultimate Friendly Flora. Remember, this is a special potency for today and today only. Obviously, great pricing. So as Andrew just indicated, you can choose your Ultimate Friendly Flora in your sizes of choice, or you can choose your cranberry, again, largest sizes we've ever offered, in your size of choice. But what most of us are doing is getting the bundle. So I'll get to that in a moment. But as an example, on Ultimate Friendly Flora, huge savings if you're doing that individually. Here's where our pricing will go. You can choose the 30, 60, 120, or 240. Interestingly enough, because it's a higher potency, normally it's a 25 billion colony potency, the 240 count, really, it's almost like getting a 300 capsule size, just, as an analogy. But here's where our pricing will go. It will be at $209.90. Today, it's only $89.90 for $120. But here's just one of the many
reasons.
Saving $120. But as an example, normally the 240 count would be $209.90. It's actually less to get the 600 count of the cranberry with the 240.
Well, even better. On that chart, normally 120 capsules is $119.90.
Yeah.
Today, 240 capsules, twice the quantity, is $30 less.
$30 less.
So that's on its own, that would be a today's special savings.
It would.
So what we've done is double the quantity. And you're getting 30 billion colony-forming units per capsule. And again, one of the most important things, and with Friendly Flora, and this happens with every ingredient, once sort of the mass market adopts it, all of a sudden the crazy claims start, all of a sudden the crazy formulas start, and we've kept it simple, we've kept it straightforward. The first thing we had to accomplish with this product is, because we ship our product direct, it wasn't practical to create a product that required refrigeration. It wasn't practical for us to create a product. It wasn't practical for us. It wasn't practical for you. What if it was delivered to your house and it sat on your doorstep or something like that? So we had to figure out, and this is what we've been doing for the past few decades, how to make it stable, even if it wasn't going to be refrigerated. We accomplished that about 20 years ago, and then gradually we've been able to increase the potency. But the one thing that hasn't changed has been the strains that we focus on. If we made a different Friendly Flora product or a probiotic product that had different strains, it would have to be a different product. But this would not change, because these are the foundational strains. So if you look at the clinical studies, if you look at the science, that human beings haven't been reinvented. We certainly have reinvented our environment, which has compromised our body's ability to have the probiotics. I mean, the probiotic organisms in our body should outnumber our cells. The probiotic organisms in our body, when they're properly balanced, enhance our digestion. They're essential for healthy digestion, enhance our immune system function. They're absolutely essential for our immune system to do its job in protecting ourselves. So unfortunately, we've sterilized and sanitized our world to such an extent that it used to be the mere existence in our world and our environment exposed us to the proper balance of the proper complement of probiotic organisms. That does not happen anymore. So unfortunately, we have to reconstitute that healthy balance, that healthy complement. And that doesn't mean that we reinvent those organisms. Those organisms have been around for as long as we have been around. So those organisms, their history doesn't change just because we started looking at them. So those most important organisms, and they're names that are familiar to us. You know, we shouldn't be looking at all these fancy newfangled, and who knows, maybe someone's going to find a special organism, and they're certainly making claims for brain function or this or that. But the most important, the predominant organisms that are looked at in the clinical studies and the scientific research in terms of digestion, in terms of regularity, in terms of nutrient absorption, in terms of immune system function. These are them. Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus plantarum, Lactobacillus salivarius. The lactobacilli, these are the organisms that are the foundation of the probiotic environment in our body. And then Bifidobacterium lactis. Those are the 4 organisms, and we have 5 different total strains. Those are the organisms that, if you look at my friendly flora when I introduced it over 20 years ago, you're going to see the exact same balance of these exact same strains. We've managed to make them more stable. We've managed to help them populate your body better, but it was the exact same balance of the exact same strains. That hasn't changed. We've continued to improve the formula, but it's sort of like the blueprint is the same. It's kind of like in building homes. Engineering has changed, so we have more technology and more engineering, but the blueprint hasn't changed. We've just figured out how to accomplish that blueprint better. And that's the goal we had. Was stability was always a challenge. Stability in the bottle, stability in your body, its ability to, say, implant. It's like planting seeds. We want our friendly flora to be like seeds that we plant, and then they flourish in our body, delivering their benefits to our digestive system and to our immune system. And it's funny, I've gotten notes or emails, or folks have talked to me about these, that folks almost find it alarming that there are these foreign organisms in us. It should be alarming that there aren't, because long before we ever contemplated them, even if you never think about them, your healthy digestive system and healthy immune system requires them. If you take an antibiotic, and after you've taken that antibiotic, if you notice changes in your, say, urogenital system, that's because you're becoming aware of what it's like to see disruption in that friendly flora. If you take antibiotics and you watch what happens to your digestion, to your regularity, you're again experiencing what happens when you disrupt that healthy complement and healthy population of friendly flora. So whether we think about them or not, or whether we thought about them or not, they're there, they're doing their job, and those organisms outnumber the cells in our body. And what's great about them, and there was a chart I read earlier, a scientific chart, our genetics are our genetics. The genetics of these organisms enhance our genetics. We have developed together on this planet to enhance our joint experience. So our combined experience is better in terms of digestion and immune system function because of the partnership that we forged generations ago with these organisms, that we are dependent upon them. And that's when our digestive system and when our immune system functions its very best.
Absolutely. But you know, again, Andrew does it better than anyone else. So not only in the correct balance, the correct form, You want to be able to liberate those colonies so they're not slammed in some disrespectful, disruptive tablet, so you can really reap those benefits. And boy, oh boy, not only with the value alone, which certainly speaks to itself, certainly as we've been saying, more than 3 to 1, most of us, because these are products that you will be compelled, if you feel a difference every day, they improve every day of your life, you're gonna probably want those bigger sizes. Certainly you're welcome to choose any one of your individuals, but more than 3 to 1, people are doing the 240 count of the Friendly Flora, along with the 600 count of the cranberry, which is for today and today only. This is also a special form at 30 billion colony units that Andrew is doing for today and today only. And as we move through the holidays, I think we're all aware, whether it's travel or stress or lack of sleep or your diet changes, really the challenges that happen not only with our immune system, but of course with maybe our mood, with our digestion. All of those things are affected, I think, especially during the holiday season. But this is something you most definitely will not want to be without.
But it used to be our food supply,
sure.
Our environment would provide us with the probiotics that we lived with and that we enjoyed the benefits of. Today, because of mass production of food and all the things we ship food and all we package foods, what's happened is we need to sanitize and sterilize those foods. When we do that, we don't just eliminate the pathogenic, the bad bacteria, the unfriendly flora. We wipe it all out. We sterilize everything. So no longer, as I kind of often call it, no longer does our environment and our food act to sort of inoculate us, to vaccinate us, and give us the things that we partner with over the course of our lifetime. So that's, again, one of the many stumbling blocks of this incredibly convenient modern world we've created. That's one of the issues that arises. And it's no wonder that so many of us constantly struggle with our digestion. It's no wonder. Again, because our digestion, our regularity, our ability to absorb the nutrients that we depend upon. We depend on Friendly Flora. We depend on probiotics. I was going to read, before I didn't read some reviews. I was going to just grab some reviews quickly.
Sounds good.
And to just the experience on this product, and I encourage with all of the products that a lot of companies present reviews like advertising. They sort of cherry pick them, they pull out the good ones, and they present those reviews as advertising. Our reviews are presented as your reviews. That's the part of HSN's website and the part of my website. That's your website. We don't affect that. That's yours. The content that exists in reviews is all yours. We don't rearrange them. We don't edit them. We don't delete the bad ones. We don't do any of that. And in fact, I have a chart here that talks, just a list that talks about the keywords that appear in those reviews for a product like this, and I'll read it in just a moment. But I was going to see if you could,
absolutely.
You could show the savings, and I'll grab some charts on reviews.
Sounds good. Which, by the way, I mean, to Andrew's point, they don't edit anything out. Now, of course, if there's an expletive, you know, they'll kind of cautionary note, they'll abbreviate that, but all of those exclamation points, awesome, and love over and over again, those are the things that we feel about this product. And if you haven't read the reviews, you really should. For someone like myself, I do take acids a lot and every day. I didn't even think about how that could have a profound difference on not only my immune system and my mood and my digestion. I think we all know who we are. It partners perfectly with our cranberry because remember, it's not one but two today's specials today. And if you read those reviews, just as a friendly reminder for you, on the Ultimate Friendly Flora, and if you've been told that you should take a probiotic, this is the world's finest. 1,500 reviews, 4.6 star customer pick rating. There are 1,281 perfect 5-star reviews. So all you do is pick your size of choice, and really the reviews say it all.
Oh, I think if you just consider 4- and 5-star reviews, I think there's barely 100 reviews that aren't 4- and 5-star reviews.
True.
So an exceptionally well-reviewed product. I had another chart here that just if you look at the 1,500 reviews, 541 reviews describe the product as great. 476 reviews thank us for the product. 377 reviews say they love the product. 244 reviews say it works. It's just, when you just look at the common words that appear across all these reviews, it gives you a sense of why those reviews are so exceptional. Also gives you a sense of what you can expect at home. And I just grabbed a couple of reviews here, and I think we have about 250 reviews that we brought. And as you can see, I appreciate how much time everyone takes to leave reviews. To me, it's just, it's priceless, because, I mean, I can expound on the properties of the product. I can talk about what you could potentially experience, but only you can express what you have experienced. And certainly everyone has their own experience, but in terms of our digestive or immune system, probiotics are an integral part. And unfortunately, it's not something that's part of our food supply as it used to be. And that's typically what I talk about with all my products, that the way we now live, the way we now eat, what we now do, it's an ingredient that we miss. And the products I make are typically designed to compensate for the shortfall or something that's lacking in our diet or in our world. And when it comes to probiotics, it's not available in our world, it's not available in our diet because of the way we've sanitized and sterilized our world.
Andrew, can I just point out though, I mean, you can see how beautifully written in length that is. We're more prone to A, write a review if we're not happy, and B, you don't usually go on and on. With glowing, if you're gonna go on and on about something, it's usually if you don't like something.
What I've learned is that because most folks are disappointed by supplements, almost more than anything, that supplements are disappointing, that they feel it's incumbent upon themselves. They feel it's important that they share their good experience so someone else can have an opportunity. True. And when I read these reviews in that context, you understand that people are sharing for the benefit of someone else.
True.
That's the entire purpose of the review. So, and we'll read a couple. Can't live without this. I absolutely can't live without Ultimate Friendly Flora. I've been taking this since 2015 and have not had any stomach issues since. I was always bloated, could not eat certain things, and always felt awful. I went through many tests for my constant bloating and upset stomach, and they could not find anything wrong. I started taking this and haven't had a problem since. I ran out last year during a move and had to wait to order. I went about 2 weeks without it, and the issues started to come back. I will never be without it again. I bought enough to last 2 years. Thank you, Andrew, for such a great product, along with the many other vitamins of yours that I take. And again, this is not a drug, not a medicine. This is a product that it's comfortable for 2 years.
Okay.
Again, typically our products are 3 years. I say with this product, I'm more comfortable at 240 capsules, 18 months to 2 years.
Okay.
And you want to store it in a cool,
Sure.
dry place, not near something warm or a lot of humidity. The best probiotic. I just received this bottle shortly after Andrew Lessman's recent airing. This is the best probiotic out there on the market. I just visited my doctor again, and he took another scraping and viewed it under a microscope. Now, seeing is believing. He said he saw very good germs. He is always impressed with the good germs. He only says this when I'm using this product. I ordered him a small bottle as a Christmas present. Thank you for such a great product.
Nice.
It's from Maria in Illinois. It gave me goosebumps. Good product, cheaper than at drugstores. My husband has to use a probiotic due to ongoing antibiotic use. We used to go to the drugstore and paid $27 to $29 for a month's supply of probiotics. Here, for $89 or even $79, you're getting at least 8 months. We tried Ultimate Friendly Flora when we were ordering Andrew Lessman's Turmeric 400. He loves it. This 180 count bottle actually saves us so much money. Can't go wrong without this product. And 180 is our normal large size.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
The 240 today is a bonus size.
Good point.
Probiotics are important. As my husband and I are over 55, I believe probiotics are important, especially for my husband, as he has lymphoma and has received chemotherapy. Everything seems to be better regulated when we take probiotics. There are no indigestion complaints and no feelings of nausea after meals. We still eat yogurt and drink kefir, but it is difficult to consume enough to be effective every day. With the addition of Ultimate Friendly Flora, I feel confident we are getting what we need. This works. My husband had a total hip replacement and is now awaiting knee surgery. He is in bed 75% of the time and is on pretty strong pain medications. He had bowel movements once a week if he was lucky. Laxatives gave him cramps and discomfort. Then I saw Andrew Lessman speak about this product, the answer to our prayers. 1 capsule each day and my husband is back on track. I also took these while undergoing chemo. It was much easier on my intestines and laxative and healthier too. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for a great product. Check with your doctor first, of course, but this product works great for us, always keeping these on hand for our daily regimen. We take several product vitamins also. You know, it's not a drug, it's not a medicine. Probiotics are a very part, especially the species, the strains that we offer since the beginning of time have been a part of who we are. And that's exactly how we meant about making this product, following that ancient blueprint.
Absolutely. I can't believe this hour is almost over. Holy cow. Okay, so we have time to talk about cranberry?
So yes, so we're going to move along. And again, if you get the large size of this with the large size of cranberry, you save an additional $20
Absolutely.
As we move along.
$20 off. So when you put that in your shopping cart and then check out, remember you take $10 off each one of those large sizes. That's the biggest bonus or bundle that I've ever seen Andrew do. So now I want to call this the unsung hero, but the word is out. I mean, it sells out and became a customer pick with virtually no airtime every single time it's here. It's been a life changer for me, that's for sure.
Well, and cranberry, we've all heard about cranberry.
Sure.
Whether it's our doctor telling us, and this is certainly something women tend to be more informed about diet, about health, wellness, dietary supplements, nutritional supplements. I think because, and how do I say this politely? Obviously, we're all designed differently. But because of the fact that women give birth to all of us, and that's a statement I can make with absolute certainty, because of that, and because of the anatomy and physiology and biochemistry that goes along with that, women have to be more aware of what's going on in their bodies. And I think as a result, women often tend to be more aware of what's going on in the bodies of the men in their lives as well. We men tend to move through life to a large extent. Sometimes, what do they say, ignorance is bliss. I'm not sure if it truly is, but we're not as well aware. But I think cranberry is something that now both women and men have learned is just a simple, natural, and effective tool to promote a healthier environment. And it's not, by the way, it's not just our bladder, kidneys, urinary tract, but our cardiovascular system throughout our body, oral health as well. But cranberry is really the hero in terms of when we're talking about our urinary tract health, when we're talking about our bladder and kidneys.
Absolutely. So again, choose your Ultimate Friendly Flora in your size of choice, and or choose your cranberry in your individual size of choice. 60 is a $12.90 special savings today rather than 22. So you can see it's almost half off on any one of your choices. The 120, here's where our pricing will go at $39.90. $22.90 today, almost $20 savings. 300 count size, $79.90. It's actually $49.90 today. Flex pay on all of our larger sizes, but here's where most of us are going to go. Andrew has not done a 600 count size. Never. And I take it twice a day, so this has my name written all over it. That will be $159. It's $79.90, but two things. On that 300 count size, look at that. You can double the count size for what the 300 will go to, or what most of us are doing is you can get the 600 of the cranberry along with the 240 of the Friendly Flora.
And the large sizes, the large size in Ultimate Friendly Flora is, I think the large size is something like 75% of orders. And normally the largest size is, you know, somewhere between 50 and 65%. Sure. The next largest size is 20% or so. So the largest size on Ultimate Friendly Flora and the largest size on cranberry. Again, that large size of cranberry at a little over $0.10 a capsule is I would have never dreamed we'd be able to deliver the best cranberry product. And when I say the best cranberry product, we experimented with all sorts of, when I first did a cranberry product probably almost 30 years ago, we experimented with all different extracts and concentrates of cranberry fruit. The ingredient we use today is the result of probably a very large experiment, your experiment. It's the feedback we've gotten, and certainly every ingredient we try and test in advance, so we know that ingredient's going to be delivering benefits. But when it comes to natural ingredients, sometimes the difference between very good and the best is a bit intangible, and is sort of driven by experience. And that's the experience we've had with this specific raw material. And whether it's our cranberry, our Ultimate Friendly Flora, It's a small capsule. It's an easy to swallow capsule. It's an ultrafine powder. I talked about this before. With both Cranberry and Ultimate Friendly Flora, we get these questions. Can you open the capsule, put it in water, put it in tea? Could you gargle with it? Could you brush your teeth with it? Absolutely. So, and what's interesting, usually when we gargle with something, we have to spit it out because it contains kind of funny ingredients in it. Certain mouthwash, of course, mouthwash you always spit out. But when you're looking at this, if you gargle with Cranberry or you gargle with our Ultimate Friendly Flora, what you do is you swallow it. It's environmentally friendly to swallow it, and it delivers the benefits of that Ultimate Friendly Flora, not just to your mouth, but throughout your body. It delivers the benefits of Cranberry, not just to your mouth, but throughout your body, and especially to your bladder, kidneys, urinary tract.
Absolutely. And you know, is it any wonder, if you read some of those reviews, trust me, once you try this, you'll be leaving a rave review as well. There are 578 reviews. It's an average of a 4.7. Now, I know
But I think out of the 578, I think over 500 reviews are five-star reviews.
Right. Over 500 are perfect 5-star.
So, and whether it's Ultimate Friendly Flora or Cranberry, these are products. When you take vitamin D, you take vitamin D and you go to your doctor, you get a blood test, you know you're getting the benefits of our vitamin D. But this is a product that it comes with expectations. Same with the Ultimate Friendly Flora. It comes with expectations because it populates your digestive system, your Ultimate Friendly Flora. This is something that delivers benefits to a system that unfortunately we're all too connected to. It would be nice to move through the world, as I was accusing we men of doing, and being blissfully ignorant. If your body was quiet, never spoke to you, no aches, no pains, no issues, no problems, that's great. But there are systems and parts of our body that often communicate with us. And Cranberry is designed to respond to that communication we might be getting from a certain part of our body. It's not a drug. It's not a medicine. It's just been established in decades of clinical research, medical research, clinical science. It's been established to support and promote a healthier environment in our bladder, kidneys, urinary tract. Again, it's not a drug. It's not killing bacteria. It's not an antibiotic. If you're taking antibiotics, Cranberry is one of those things that just supports the role of these drugs in your body, just like our Ultimate Friendly Flora helps to compensate and overcome for the role of them in their body. Of course, show these ingredients, show these products to your doctor. As I've read in the charts, your doctor's going to be thrilled when they look at the quality of the product.
Absolutely, and I realize there's an extended holiday return policy on all of our products right now until the end of January, but the truth is, for me at least, within a few days, you're going to feel a difference. I mean, I can tell if I've been, you know, a little bad or haven't been doing my Cranberry, because like Andrew said, there's an expectation associated with this, and you feel a difference.
And I'm someone, it's something I talk about often. I talk about it when we talk about our phytoceramide product for skin moisture. I talk about it when we talk about omega-3s and healthy hair, skin, and nails. That the key to youthful skin, at whatever age we are, it is what it is, but at every age we are, if we want moist, youthful-looking skin, moisture starts from the inside. We have to adequately hydrate. And the greatest gift we give to our entire system of managing waste within our body is water. Water dilutes things. Water is the medium with you know, everything. We're all swimming in water. So we want to make sure, and as we get older, because we have issues with our bladder, kidneys, urinary tract, urinary urgency that might happen with men because of our prostate, we drink less and less water, which isn't great for our skin, which isn't great for our bladder, kidneys, and urinary tract. But it's a small issue to contend with in terms of making sure we are adequately hydrated, because it enhances the functioning of all the systems in our body, from our cardiovascular system to the beauty of our skin I was talking about before. So to the extent that being adequately hydrated is healthy for our bladder and urinary tract and kidneys, it's also going to hopefully make it easier to adequately hydrate yourself when you ensure you have Cranberry to support the health of those systems as well. So it goes hand in hand. So you benefit by benefiting with the Cranberry, you give further benefits by being adequately hydrated, by making sure you drink plenty of fluid.
Absolutely, and sizes that Andrew does not do in that 600 count size. So even if you were doing that individually at pricing that we have never seen before, best pricing on either one, it's really hard to say no to this today. It is.
Even in the, you know, that price on the 600 capsule supply, I know that's a large supply, but that large supply it's almost 2 years. What is it? It's just 4 months away from 2 years. And to think that you could enjoy the benefits of this cranberry. And first of all, money back guarantee until January 31st. So you have over 3 months to do your own personal experiment and prove that it works for you. But again, to be a little more than a dime a capsule, that means a month's supply is a little more than $3. I don't think you can get a cup of coffee, one of those coffee drinks or things, or a smoothie for that. So it is an incredible value, an opportunity to make an enormous difference in a system that really needs our support. It works for us for decades. We all live close to a century now, so it's really incumbent upon us to focus upon these systems that support us throughout our lifetime.
Absolutely. My vodka and cranberry would cost me a lot more than
vodka and cranberry. Well, I'm not sure if the vodka in it and the sugar in the cranberry juice are necessarily associated with good health. But I prefer my cranberry capsule. I'll leave the vodka for someone else.
There you go. Well, you are back at 9 o'clock with Colleen.
9 p.m. and that'll be our last airings of both today's specials.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. See, I had to derail the train at the very end there.
Yes. No vodka and cranberry for me.
No, but great pricing. Thank you for doing this, Andrew.
Sure.
So again, get those larger sizes. Watch for Andrew and Colleen coming back at 9. I'll be back tomorrow night at 9. Keep shopping on your today's special.